Let's just look at the joiner first. Most of the info will be applicable to the plate. This is a spring-loaded, obviously spring-loaded guard. So in order to get it off, you loosen the nut and you kind of push in on this thing, lift it. It seems annoying, but it's really very easy. You just take this off, set it aside, put it down on the ground maybe. Now this should be free. Use a little block of wood, which I keep up here, the Allen key. These things are called jibs. There's 4 jibs, and you tap them down.
So you're doing this with the power on?
Yeah, the power has to be on. So just don't push the on button. Tap, tap, tap. And then this blade literally just slides out. Can you see the profile of that blade? It has a little concave groove, which engages with a convex groove that's machined into the cutter head. So there's no tedious knife setting. These slide in and out. These are two-sided disposable knives.
How often does he change them?
Whenever it gets dull.
It doesn't look like it's reversible because there's the deep valley there and a shallow valley on that side. Can I see? Let me just see it slide in.
Yeah, that must just be a little machining error there. They are definitely reversible.
No?
So that's the other side gone. What this means is each set of knives has 2 lives. These are expensive, so don't don't change them lightly. Like if they're really dull, it's time to change them. But if they're just really dull right here because someone ran something over that area that was very abrasive to them, then let's use the 12 inches that we have, if possible. If you have a really wide board to join and you need to change them, you can, but maybe you can save them and put them back in later. What I like to do is put an X with a Sharpie, a little X on the side that's used, so if you're changing them, you don't mix them up later. I've even been in shops where they dent them, they ding them with a tool, so that you know for sure. But I also like to keep the old blades. I have a collection of, actually it's out here. They're here because Lincoln, as an example, Lincoln recently milled some old wood, that hemlock. He went and bought some old hemlock. And I didn't, even though he took his time and tried to get all the nails out, you never know, there might be one in somewhere. Or even the rust pockets from the nails are very abrasive. So he switched these blades out, set them over there temporarily, put some old blades in. They're dull, they still function, and milled the wood that way. So if you have some sort of questionable procedure you'd like to do, I'd appreciate it if you didn't use brand new blades to do it. The cutter head on this joiner actually has a stop, so that knife just butts up against that stop, as do the jibs. So what's the best thing to do when you change these is to take a brush, and this is something I have to put on here. Denatured alcohol. Denatured alcohol evaporates extremely quickly. It would be a good thing to use until we get a compressor, because what I really think is the best is to use mineral spirits or paint thinner and then blow it so it so it dries. But for now, let's use denatured alcohol. Just brush out this canal and these jibs. And you can just put some on a rag, wipe the knife, put it back in. Sometimes this knife slides in and hits the thing. You have to get your fingernail in there and push it up, get the knife in there. So you do that to all 4 of them. And then the jibs are just sitting there loose, and then you just turn the machine on. And the centrifugal force forces the jibs out, tightens up against the knife. I like to put the guard on before I do that. And I would recommend you do as well. Or pull this vent all the way out. Probably even better. Let's do that. Drop something in there. Can you slide that out slowly? It's a little tough to get back here.
It's a fortress in there. Is that what it is for the weekends? That's why I'm coming in on the weekends.
Switching the blades.
Yes.
The other thing I'm going to do as part of putting the cabinets up for the saw blades is to also put something up on this wall to hold extra blades, wrenches. What's that? JRT. Right. So I'm gonna
Getting back. Everyone down.
Alright.